Hello friends. So today we are starting with the AWS tutorial. Today our topic of interest is IAM. What is IAM? IAM stands for Identity Access Management. It is the service through which we can create users, group, uh, assign the policies for the users or groups. Uh, Okay. First of all, we must understand what is a root user and what are normal users. So in AWS, a root user, by root user, we mean the user or the email ID password with which the AWS account was created. So that is called the root user. And other users which we can have to control, or which we can have provide special services access to the users, are called normal users. First of all, before going to this tutorial, if you want to do hands-on, you must have already created the AWS account. I will not go to go and teach how to create an account. It's just a normal sign up, just like we do for Gmail, Facebook, etc. You just need to sign up into the AWS. So let's see what all things we will be covering today. So first of all, IAM is the first topic which we should know after creation of the AWS free tier account. Then this IAM feature or service comes under the service identity and compliance in the AWS menu. IAM provides the utility to create. It basically provides the service to create user group, manage them, uh, provide the console login, like through the AWS console. We can log into the account. Also, we can provide the programmatic access, like when we need to access a particular feature of AWS or service of user, or service of the from the AWS. Then we can use the particular user key and password and access that. We can also define the uh, control level which the users should have. User should have to the AWS console. And then we can also have some roles defined. This roles topic we will be covering later when we will be doing the hands-on with EC2. So because this is specifically associated with particular roles, and I'll show the example of example later in those tutorials. So let us first as I already stated, that root account is the account with which the account was AWS account was created using username and password, or email and password. Today's topic of which we are going to cover is IAM user creation, group creation, then password generation for users. And now here we can have two options, like either we can generate a password for them, or we can have the randomized password for them. Then we can create a policy or attach an existing AWS policy to the users, like the particular users can have access to particular resources. Those things we can assign through the policy. Then we can apply the MFA. For applying MFA, I would recommend to use some software, or you can use some Google Authenticator or some other kind of authenticator already you need to install in your mobile device before trying to access it. So if not done, I would recommend you to first install the Google Authenticator, or any other type of authenticator for getting the MFA. Then we will be going through this part of forcing the users to change the password when they log in for the first time. So let's start with our hands-on. So you can see I've just logged in to the AWS. This is my personal account, and I'm in Singapore region. Now these are the services we can see. As I already mentioned, it comes in IAM comes under security, identity, and compliance part. This is Here is the IAM. So either we can access it from here, or we can go it from here. Anywhere you can click. So let's click here. So as we click, we can see the users here. There is zero users, zero groups. There is no manage policy we have assigned. We can see the delete your user access account and keys. That means we can delete the keys also from here. So first of all, let's go and create a user. Either you can click the user here or here. So just click on the add user button. So we can say today I'll assign dev DevOps user. Okay. So as we see, I have just provided the username. You can provide any name, and then we can define the access. That is, this user will have either the AWS management console access or the programmatic access. Now management console access is like similar to the I have logged in with the my root user and password. So for creating the user, when we create the DevOps user, if I allow this, if I click this checkbox or tick this checkbox, then we can use this user and log in to the console with the help of this user newly created username and password. Programmatic access is like access is the access which we need the access key ID and secret access for calling it through API, CLI for accessing the AWS resources. So for now, for simplicity, we'll just take this one, management console access. So now we can see we have two options, either auto generated option, custom password option. So auto generated option, I can it will generate the randomly the customize random password for the user, or we can customize it like let me give some thing. Okay, so if you want, you can show the user and then you can have this option of require password reset. Whenever the user logs in for the first time, he needs to he is forced to change the password. If you don't want, you can remove the checkbox, but I highly recommend to use this as part of the security. So next, you can go to the next step. Now we can see here the user is created. The user is created. We need to set the permissions for the user. So let's copy permissions from existing user. If you have existing user, you can create the permissions, copy the permissions from that. As we don't have, we will go to the existing policies which AWS already has. So for now, I will give, we can see a lot of policies are already defined. For now, I'll just go and give the admin access. But here also, I'll highly recommend like what you should know the purpose of creation of the user. According to that only, we should restrict the users with particular only particular access which is needed for security reasons. This is highly recommended. So if you want, you can also create your own policy. We will talk about the policy later. Okay, let's go and review it. Okay, so it's my user is this, and I have a console access with this. Custom is the password. Required password is said yes. Just create user. Okay, so you can see it has created the user. Now either I can send it as email, or we can download the CSV and get the username and password from here. You can always download. I'm not downloading. Otherwise, you can also send a mail. You can mention like the user DevOps dash user, whatever mail you have. You can send him the username and and the password. So I'm not doing this as I am the only one who is doing this. Next, what we can do is just we can close it. Now here we can see the whole tab. The username is this group. It is there is no, we haven't assigned it to any group, neither we have any created any group, and the age of the key, like how many days it is being active or inactive. Password age is today we have created last activity, everything it will display, and there is no MFA enabled as of now. So let me go ahead and enable the MFA. See here, assign MFA device, I'll just use manage virtual. We will be using virtual MFA device. There is for generating the token key. MFA stands for multi-factor authentication, if you don't know. Let's go continue, and here it will show the QR code. You just need to need to scan the QR code using your Google Authenticator. So it will generate a code which you need to display here. Again, you'll get one more code, and just a minute. Let me start, and I'll. So my MFA is 085059, and the second MFA is 001603. So I also highly recommend to use MFA for security reasons. You must enable it for all the users. Okay, let's go and sign out now. As we can see, before signing up, let me show. It has created a user URN and ARN Amazon request number. It has created with my DevOps user, which we will come to know later about those things. Let's go and sign out. Oops, sorry, I think I forgot one thing. We need the link. We need the link or the account number so that the user can log in. This is the for the root account. We don't need any uh, particular account link. So I was mentioning about this. You should keep a note once if you selected the email and you have mailed it, or you use the when you download the CSV file, you can also get these details from there. For one more thing, what we can do is we can customize the link for the users. So I can instead of remembering this name, what we can do is account alias we can give. So let me give it DevOps. Seems this alias is already taken by someone, so let's give DevOps 2018. So this is not taken. Okay, yeah. So DevOps 2018. This is customizable. Now I just need to log out again. Sign in. 4208. So we have changed the user and we have the admin access, so we can see our user here, DevOps user, which we created, and this is our account alias which I created instead of the account number. This is displaying here. Okay, so we can see there is currently one user. Now we can see other details, like there is no access, a key age, today is the password, age is for today, at last activities today, what MFA is virtual. Now what we can do is we can create a group. So in a large organization, we may have a lot of users with a particular access, like some may need for some particular service, some need for some other service. There may be admins who need the admin service. So if we need to manage it properly for the whole organization, we need to create the groups and assign the users to the group so that it is easy to manage. And uh, once we create the template, we can assign it easily to the users to the particular group, and it will make our life easier. So let's create a group. So group, my group is dev, say let's say dev. Now here we can assign the same policy like the IAM policy we attached. So I'm providing the admin access, but highly recommend never provide this. I'm just doing it for demo purpose. uh, Next, you can see the policy ARN is here. Create group. Okay, so see, we created a group also. The group creation is also done. Let's now do one thing. Let's go to the user and remove our permissions. So as the user has these permissions which I added by the admin ones, so now we can see, we do not have access to any of the resources. So if I log in, if I go, see, you can see as I remove all my access, so I do not have access to do anything. You can see you are not authorized to describe running as a dedicated host, volumes. I cannot do anything. So now let's go to IAM. See, IAM also we cannot do because we don't have any access. So now what we need to do is I will log out and log in with my root account and attach the attach the user to the particular group, and then we will try to log in again. Let's go to IAM. So we have one user, one group. Let me attach the user to the group. Go to the users, Devops user, group, add user to group. Now the dev is the group, add to groups. Okay, dev is added to the admin. The Devops user is added to the dev group, and it has admin access. Now, let's just log out. See now, now when I log in with DevOps user, I have all the access as I provided the admin rights to the group, and the user was assigned to the group. So I have got all my permissions back. I can go to any of the, or I can see all the services, etc. So this was it for the IAM creation. Okay, let's do one more thing. Let's go to the IAM and I'll delete my user group. Okay, so cool. So today we have learned a lot of things. Today uh, we have learned about the root account, the user creation, the group creation, about the Amazon existing policies, and providing the MFA access, forcing the user to change the password on first time login. Uh, Quite a lot of stuff we have learned today. So um, thanks a lot for watching the video. Uh, Please do share and press on the like button, and just wait for the next tutorial, upcoming tutorial.